The only thing in the way is you. Your own beliefs, your own mind, body, spirit. You. You're the only person, the only entity, the only thing that's in the way. It's not your surroundings. It's not the conditions, the people, the events that are currently taking place in your life. If you do think it's something outside of you, then you have officially been disillusioned by your reality. I have many examples of this. I've been coaching guys with their self-confidence and their dating lives for the last 5, 6 years. And I've seen many, many, many different limiting beliefs. And what a limiting belief is, quite simply put, is a belief that is stopping you from achieving something, from growing somewhere, from anything. It's a belief that's limiting you. The amount of limiting beliefs I've seen, and the reason you should watch this video if you're not still unsure what the point of it is that chances are extremely high you have one of these beliefs or more. And this isn't going to just stop you with the success you have with the opposite sex, but it's going to stop you from feeling confident within yourself and essentially achieving anything you want in this life. Because anything you want, the roadblock to it are just self-limiting beliefs. That's the only roadblock. Once you can remove these things, these invisible entities that only exist within your own mind, basically, once you can remove them, you are limitless and free to go and achieve whatever is physically possible. What is not breaking the laws of physics and the laws of society, you can do. Anything that tells you, no, but Sergio, I have this one thing, or there's this one thing in the way, man. That voice, that is your self-limiting voice that is going to prevent you from your growth in this life. When it comes to social confidence, which is the main thing that I've gotten really good at teaching and becoming, and I have a very strong understanding of why men lack their confidence within themselves. When it comes to this, the biggest limiting beliefs that I see have to do with, one, the perception of the way they look. That is one really big one. The way you look. In other words, your physical manifestation, what you are in this physical reality. What people see you as. It's really interesting. There's so many senses, right? But you have this hyperfixation on seeing, and that's essentially what you are identified with. The way you look comes down to many things, right? It's your height, it's your weight, it's your skin, it's your eyes, it's your hair, it's your this, it's your that, it's your ethnicity. It's all these things. Your age affects this, which I'll get into that later, but that's another one. See, the problem with thinking that your looks are limiting you is that there's a few things here, which is, one, there's a guy who looked worse than you and achieved the life you wanted, the dating life you wanted, I can assure you, or at least achieved a better dating life than you. That's one problem with it. The other problem with it is you don't have to stay the same way. You can improve your look. That is a thing. And this is a very mainstream topic right now, looks maxing. But funny enough, I made a video about looks maxing like 4 years ago. because I was in it, I understood the concept, and I definitely low smacked myself. I did. So is it real? Yes. Is it as important as social media is portraying it to be? No, definitely not. But that's really the second problem with it, which is that you can change. So it's not an excuse. There are so many things you can do to look better. Eat healthy, move more, go work out, improve your style, improve your grooming, improve your fashion, improve your facial expressions, because yes, that has to do with how you look. Watch me in this video, look at my facial expressions, and then you make a video and look at yours and just see the difference, because there will be one. And if you really think that doesn't affect the attraction that women have towards you, then you are an absolute dumbass. So the looks thing doesn't work because one, you can change it, and two, it's not all that's important. What's the other limiting belief you might have? You're not rich enough. You don't have enough money. Okay. This one is also built on the wrong foundation, thinking that women are just these money-hungry creatures, when they're really not. In fact, you're more of a money-hungry creature than they are, probably. See, the thing about money is, yes, if you have a lot of money, it does help. And yes, the more money you have, it does help. But is it the foundation of why a woman will be with you? No. Women don't fall in love because you're money. Trust me, they will never do that. And that's why there's a lot of rich guys out there who just get played by women and don't really have the dating life they want, even though they have the bank account they want. So the money one is just false. To think that money is truly what's limiting you is just not true. See, I've gotten so much dating success when I was broke. And I'm not broke anymore because it just doesn't make sense to me. But the success I've had when I was broke is proof that money isn't needed. And what's the other reason why the money one doesn't work? Your limiting belief about that is you can also make more money. You can work more. A lot of you guys work 40 hours a week, and you think that's enough. So the money one, that one falls apart real quick. What's the other limiting belief men have regarding achieving dating success? Well, where they live. That's another one. You might think, oh, I don't live in Miami, Sergio, so I don't have enough opportunity like you do. Or I live in a town where there's 100,000 people, so like I can't approach because then I'll be known as that approach guy. Once again, with a lot of these beliefs, you need to tell yourself, okay, let's say you're right. Now what? Let's just say you're right. Okay, let's just say you're absolutely right about your fucking fear. Yeah, you do live in a shittier town. What are you going to do, though? You're just going to ignore your dating life for the next 5 years until you move out? And then do you think that that was actually the right move? I'm telling you right now, dating is something you want to really, really start working on now. It is not something you want to just keep avoiding, as if somehow the world is going to make it easier for you in the future. If you think it's hard now, it's only going to get fucking more difficult. Your confidence in dating will only go down if you're avoiding it. Because you're essentially subconsciously signaling to yourself that you're just not the guy for it. You're not ready for it. And if you just do that for another 5 years, you're just going to be 5 years deeper down that hole. You know what's funny? I can make the argument for the opposite scenario. Imagine I meet someone who's going out and dating women and getting better with it. Good on him. But he's making zero money and he's like fucking $1 million in debt. And I'm just telling him, bro, like, why don't you, like, I don't know, work a little bit, just a little bit. Just have like a fucking part-time job at least. You could totally do that. And the other thing. But then that guy's like, no. I'm going to work on pickup for 10 years. And then when I'm like super homeless 10 years later, I'm going to try to get a job. It's like, why though? Why can't you just fucking do both, bro? Right? So the argument can be made for both. No such thing as I'm locking in for 10 years and then I'm going to do dating. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot, like literally. If you go and do that, you're going to come back to this video one day and be like, damn, I should have just listened to Sergio. He was fucking right. It doesn't make sense to avoid something that takes time and energy and effort to get better at. Because the older I get, the harder it becomes to change my beliefs, because that is typically how it goes for a lot of men and people. And that's why, let's say the youth is usually the biggest demographic that people target to change the world, because they are the most easily malleable and manipulated. Kind of dark, but it's true. And I got lucky here, right? I got into pickup and dating and manifestation, self-improvement, meditation. I got into all these things a long time ago when I was young. And it allowed me to really like change deeply, quickly. I was so open-minded, I was a sponge. So yeah, the concept of like your city and where you live being a reason to not get better at dating or not work on the skill set. I've had clients who lived in small towns and got better at the skill set. In fact, one of them, he landed a girlfriend recently. Got him to start approaching at the fucking local grocery store. Got him to bring me some audios to break down. Got him to improve his conversation, his game. And then one day he talked to a girl. And since he had better game, better conversation, it led somewhere. He landed a date and boom, he has a girlfriend. And trust me, he's not known as like the guy who approaches. There's no one out there who's just scanning all the human beings thinking, who's the guy who's approaching right now? Like, you guys have such an inflated sense of ego and self. Like, you really think that people are worried so much about your doing. No one gives a fuck about you. God damn it. You're not that fucking special, dude. See, I have like thousands and thousands of people watching my face every single day. And I can still walk around a public area, and once again, no one really gives a fuck about me. Like, everyone's letting me do whatever the fuck I want to do. And you think that you, with like zero, I don't know, like 20 people who know who you are, or fucking 100, I don't know, in your city, you think that somehow you're gonna get recognized and be known as the approach guy. Get out of here. Bro, if I'm not known as the approach guy, because I'm really not, with women, right? Because I know you guys just give a fuck about the women's perception. If I'm not that guy, because I'm not, I go approach a girl and she'll never, literally, I don't think it's ever happened where they know who I am. Which is funny, because with time it's going to change. I understand that as I get more popularity, most likely my female audience will raise a little bit, or even though it remains at like, I don't know, 1 to 5%, with enough big numbers, it'll get to a point where I'll find a girl who actually knows who the fuck I am before I approach her, right? That might happen, but guys, it hasn't happened yet. So this idea that you're in a small town, you're gonna get recognized, get out of here, because dude, I don't get fucking recognized. And I've got a guy who got a girlfriend from doing it. And there's girls everywhere. If you have to go to a grocery store or university campus or fill in the blank to go approach because that's the only thing you can do in your city, then fuck it, bro, do it. I recommend you go do it. Now, if you're like 80 years old and you want to go to a college campus, I get it. Like, all right, I get it. You deserve to be at the grocery store. I mean, there's women over there, bro. Now, the other idea about moving or about being where you're at, being in a place that's not good for you, is that wait, what was I gonna say? Fuck, the fucking train distracted me. Oh yeah, the other idea about that is that you can also move, right? Oh, but my family and my friends and my okay, so you're just gonna always be controlled by your family and friends? Like your whole life you're just gonna do things based on them? You're not gonna take fucking chances, you're not gonna become your own man? Like, grow the fuck up, dude. I've noticed this really strong correlation with people that like leave their family, their friend group, their city at a young age. They usually are a lot more self-dependent. And then the guys who just stay at their fucking mom's house till they're like 30, stay at their city forever, those guys have like stronger blocks internally. I've noticed this. So that's the moving one. All right, that's me crushing that belief. What's another belief you guys might have? We talked, oh, your body. No, we talked about looks already. Wait, guys, I have to cross this fucking street. Let me not die real quick. Okay. All right, so we talked about looks, money, and place and location. What's the other belief? I give you guys the final one, which is a lot of guys tell me things like, but Sergio, what if it doesn't work for me? Like, I don't know, it works for everyone else, but not me. What if it doesn't work for me? To that I say, bro, there's only one way to fucking find out. I'm not gonna have a fucking clone of you and coach him just so you realize that it does work for you. I can't do that, not yet. So, only one way to fucking find out. God damn, have some fucking belief in yourself. That's all I can say for that one. And I guess the final thing I can say for that one is, bro, I've helped guys just like you. Just like you. So ultimately, for you to believe it's not going to work for you, you're just egotistical to think you're that fucking different. You're just another human being like all of us. Like me. But that's it, guys. This video was mainly just to target the limiting beliefs that people have that stop them from growing in their dating lives, from getting coached by me, from leveling up, from focusing on this part of their lives instead of just avoiding it forever and regretting and having lower and lower levels of confidence and certainty about the state of your life. So yeah, final thing to say, guys, is I really encourage you to start working on your social confidence and your dating. It's something that changed my life so much, bro. I'm so grateful that I decided to work on it. And I helped so many guys with it, and they're so grateful for that too. Because at the end of the day, guys, it's bigger than getting your dick wet and fucking some girl. Trust me, it is. That's not what this video is about. If you think that's what this is about, you clearly have no idea what it means to get better with women. Because on the road to get better with women, you become a better man. That is the byproduct. Women are the byproduct, essentially. It's always been a thing I tell people, which is one of the easiest ways to think of how to level up as a man is just look at the girl you're currently talking to and how can you have a hotter girl? I mean, ask yourself. You know? And that's another thing to look at. You want to know how to find a high value man, like a real high value man? Find a man that's good with women. Because women aren't just attracted to these fancy tricks that you can learn on ChatGPT. They aren't. That's not how it works. It's deeper than that. They're attracted to strong men. So if a guy is attracting the attractive opposite sex, it means a lot about him. It means a lot about him. And if you want to level up with your dating life and your social confidence, link is in my description to work with me one-on-one. And if you have any questions about anything regarding your dating, your social life, your life, anything, DM me on Instagram, Sergio Chavez Coach. That's my IG, Sergio Chavez Coach. That's all for this video, guys. Have a great day. Peace.